Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, hello. I'm so excited that you're here. Please feel comfortable. Today, I decided we're gonna be talking about a very important aspect of healing, and that is forgiveness. So let's get straight into it. The most important thing to realize about forgiveness is that there is absolutely no healing that can take place without forgiveness. Why is this? Forgiveness is literally looking back at the past, connecting the dots, and being able to release some of those negative experiences so that they do not cloud our future and how we see the future. Sometimes we expect that the people who cause us hurt will come back and ask for forgiveness from us so that we are able to offer it, right? But I realize forgiveness is what you do for yourself. You do it for yourself. You don't do it because of the person that hurt you. You do it for yourself. And I saw this post somewhere that not forgiving is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. Now, forgiveness can feel like a lot for everybody. Even as we get into it, we need to be very compassionate with ourselves because it's a hard process and it's one that takes a lot of courage and bravery. There's so much power in writing down what happened. Putting something down on pen and paper puts it into perspective. So here's what I would like you to do if you're on the journey of forgiveness. Write down exactly what this person did that caused you to feel hurt. What did they do? Narrate the story from your own perspective without giving much credit to the small details and stuff, without thinking too much about getting every single detail right. Just narrate it from how you witnessed it, from your perspective on a pen and paper. What happened? The next page, you're gonna go and write, how did what happened make me feel? How did it make me feel? Is it bitterness? It made me feel vengeful. It made me feel angry. It made me feel sad. It made me feel resentful. You put it down. How did it make you feel? How are you feeling even physically? You know? And when you write it down, then you go to the next part, which is what is the impact that specific painful experience has had on your experience going on forward. Here's an example. For example, if you are hit by a drunk driver, and I saw this example from Forgiving What You Can't Forget by Lisa. If you are hit by a drunk driver and it cost you a fracture on your foot, you see, you'll explain what happened is the accident. How did it happen? How fast was it? And then the next page is how did that specific accident make you feel? Physically, emotionally. Maybe emotionally you are so bitter with this person. Physically you are in pain. You are numb because of the pain, right? And then the next step is what impact did this specific accident have on you in the long run? For example, if every day you wake up you remember that person because you need help walking around, or maybe you limp and it makes you remember the painful experience, you put it down. That is the what happened, how did it make you feel, and then what impact did this traumatic experience have on you in the long run. As human beings, we are not the best when it comes to forgiving, honestly, because the human nature thrives off of the ego, right? And the ego is what carries vengeance. It's what carries bitterness, right? It can be hard for you in your human nature to forgive. And that's why it is very important. A very important aspect of forgiveness is calling upon source energy, divinity, God, calling upon creation, creator to intervene. That spirit of divinity, calling upon it to intervene. How do we do this? You can say, God, please help me forgive this person for making me feel this way, for hurting me this way. Or I forgive this person by the power of God, by the power of divinity that lies within me. See, being able to do that invites the spirit of truth into you, which leads you now onto the journey of forgiveness. As human beings, and I'm speaking from personal experience, when somebody really hurts you and really makes you feel a lot of emotional pain, it can be easy to get stuck in there and hope that they too will experience exactly the same thing you had to experience and feel the pain that you had to experience. It's easy to feel that way. Why? Because it's heavy. These are experiences that change us sometimes. So it's almost normal as a human being to not even want to bring up the topic of forgiveness anywhere because it feels unfair. This atrocity was unfair to me, so why would I just give it all up? And that's why it's important to call upon source energy, infinite intelligence, because once that power intervenes, then the reparation for sins is inevitable. If you're a Christian and you believe in Jesus dying on the cross and shedding his blood for us, then you can use that and say it. I forgive this person by the blood of Jesus that was shed on the cross. Once you invite divinity, you realize it gets easier. But if you rely on your human nature, it can be inhibiting. I always talk about energy exchange, right? What you give is what you get. I realized this from a very personal experience that when you forgive, when you start to look at your past painful experiences with a different eye and start to forgive honestly and genuinely, you realize that you're able to let go of the shame and guilt you may be harboring from the number of times you wronged people. I'm not gonna sit here and act like we are all goody two shoes and we've just been hurt and that's it. Even us, we have participated somehow in someone's painful experience, in someone's pain and suffering. And I realized for me especially, I used to hold on a lot to that shame and guilt I'd feel as a result of that. I hurt this person. How dare I? How could I do this to someone I love? And so when you start to forgive, you realize energetically you're able to forgive yourself too and really be like, yeah, I may have hurt this person willingly or unwillingly, but it's okay. I forgive myself. You realize that it's even easier for you to ask for forgiveness from the people you may have hurt. As you continue to unravel those parts of you that have been hurt in past experiences, it gets easier. It's energy. What you give is what you get. Isn't that amazing? Sometimes we may sit there and declare that we have forgiven this person by the power of God invested in us. We have let go. Yes. But sometimes you get to see them, or a memory triggers you and you feel all these emotions all over again. I want to put this out there loud and clear. That is perfectly okay. If sometimes you see this person and you remember the pain they put you through, it's perfectly fine. If anything, it's a significant part of the process because it's a journey. Forgiveness is a journey. It's never a destination. It's a journey we embark on of healing and becoming and growing. And so every day is different, right? And sometimes the thing with forgiveness is it's messy. Sometimes you take 3 steps forward and 2 steps backwards. But hey, at least we took a step forward, right? Sometimes you take 4 steps forward and 2 steps backward. But hey, at least we took 2 steps forward, right? It's this messy kind of situation that deserves a lot of compassion from you. So when every time you meet that person who wronged you significantly and you feel maybe this bitterness or this anger within you, like you just wanna cry or throw a punch, it's okay. Allow your body to go through it. Allow yourself to feel it, because the more you shame yourself for it, the worse it becomes. Forgiveness is a journey that is very messy. It can get messy actually, and sometimes we hold on to the narratives we have and we don't want to forgive, maybe because we are scared that this person may do the same thing to us all over again, and then we'll have to go through it all over again. It's hurtful and it's tough, but here is how I like to see it. Yeah, relishing in that bitterness and that vengeance and that anger is hard. Why? Because you end up bleeding on those who did not hurt you. You end up bleeding on your loved ones who are around you, sometimes unconsciously. You end up living in that bitterness, and it becomes all you're seeing. You allow it to consume you, it becomes all you're seeing, right? And then there's the other side where we forgive, and forgiveness is hard, but it is all worth it, because we get to look at the past, we get to put the past into perspective, and then we are able to move forward without being clouded by the bitterness and resentment and anger that we may have felt some time ago. Here's the thing, relishing in that bitterness is hard, forgiving is also hard. Choose your heart. Please talk to me about some of your forgiveness stories down there, some of the moments that you've struggled to forgive. It's normal, it's okay. Talk to me about it. I'll also come here in a different video and talk about some of the hard experiences I've had forgiving, but for today, this is what I had to offer. Thank you so much for watching once again. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Mwah! Bye.